So in the last video, we talked about two ways to persuade using rhetoric and argument. And we'll spend a decent amount of time soon on what rhetoric is. But for now, I'm going to teach you what an argument is. So that's the point of this video, to teach you what an argument is. For that, I need another board because I'm running out of space. I'll use this board. So, argument. What is an argument? Now, sometimes when you use the word argument, you might think, oh, I had an argument with my parents, or I had an argument with my boyfriend or my girlfriend. So that's or my roommate. That's one type of argument. That's not what we mean in this case. Okay, when we mean argument, we're talking about like somebody giving an argument for their claim. What's your argument that this is true? And do you have an argument to support your view? Okay, or I'm going to argue for my position. That's the sort of argument we mean. Okay, now an argument here is going to have two parts, or I'm going to make two observations about arguments. I guess I'll put it that way. Okay, so an argument will be composed of premises that is reasons that are intended to support a conclusion. Okay, that's kind of the crux of what an argument is. An argument is composed of premises that are intended to support a conclusion. And number two, and this is not part of the definition of an argument, but it clarifies this point, which is premises and conclusions are propositions. Okay, premises and conclusions are propositions. So in this video, we'll focus more on this first part, and then in the next video, I'll tell you more about what propositions are. Okay, so here's like the classic example of an argument that you'll learn about in most philosophy classes. And it goes like this. Some of you might have seen this before too. It goes, P1, all men are mortal. Okay. P2, Socrates was a man. And we conclude, what follows this from this? All men are mortal, Socrates was a man. Therefore, Socrates was mortal. Okay. Now, as it stands, this argument's pretty boring. Most of you already knew that Socrates was mortal. But there are more interesting arguments that we will learn that are much more interesting than this one. For now, though, just trying to get the idea of what an argument is. These parts are the premises, and this part is the conclusion. Okay, and now P1, P2, obviously P and P stand for premise, C stands for conclusion. This way of writing things, it's like a new system. Some of you might not be familiar with it. And you're learning a new system. It's kind of like when you first learn math. You learn, oh, 1 + 1 = 2. Like you learn what things mean. This is how we put arguments, how we write out arguments where we specify what the premises are and what the conclusion is. Okay, so that's what an argument is, and we will move on to propositions in the next video.